I'm Eric Loy, and welcome to Eric Loy Interviews. On this podcast, we talk to folks from the VTuber community about their channels, their talents, their stories, where they come from, and their plans for the future. We're joined by Whirlwind Sabre. Could you introduce yourself to everybody?
Morning, everyone. My name's Whirlwind Sabre, or Sabre just for short. A pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Tell us what Sabre is all about.
A variety streamer. I'll be honest with you, I kind of wasn't expecting to jump into VTubing at first when all the streaming thing kicked up. But an old friend of mine, well, now brother, kind of talked me into it.
So what drew you to VTubing?
Yeah, it started back in 2021. Started seeing a few new things here popping up, mostly in Dead by Daylight side of Twitch. At first, I didn't know what I was looking at here. I'm thinking, this seems kind of hilarious, but interesting. Let's give it a quick once-over. Give it the old detective college try,
Right. And was it something that you took to right away?
Initially? No.
So what has made you stick with it?
A few interactions, and like I said, I had a friend in VTubing. Well, we just met at the time. Yeah, we started playing together, having a good time, having a few good laughs, and as time went on from there, he started. Well, I guess he gave it a bug to start biting square in the butt.
Yeah, well, I think you got things rolling now. You've been doing it now for a couple of years. What is something that you're really looking forward to in the new year? Have you got any new goals for yourself?
Not really. Just as much fun as I can before my life calls it a wrap. And
Well, that's something that folks are able to do, whether they're taking it as, some folks are going in right away, being super serious about it, want to make it a career, and some folks are just coming in for the fun. That's that type of a medium that this is for people, and sounds like you're on the fun side.
yeah, balance towards the middle, but lean towards that side. Yeah, if I can pull it off and make it big, hell yeah, sure, let's go full throttle, scurvy ball.
You're not going to turn it down, is what you're saying. Yeah,
Pretty much.
yeah. If the big stuff comes, you're going to take it. So what do you like to stream? What type of games are you usually online with?
A bit of a mixed bag, be it horror, adventure, shooters, pretty much anything that I know I can pretty get into and just get the rhythm going. Why not?
And what have you been doing here recently?
Uh, Mostly Naraka Blade Point, Fortnite, Dead by Daylight, Baldur's Gate 3, Pokemon, Mario Kart, Splatoon.
I haven't heard of that Blade Point before. What's that all about?
Naraka Blade Point, like any battle royale sort of style. In this case, a squad of 3, and any battle royale you've ever seen, last team standing gets all the kit and caboodle.
Yeah.
But unlike with known weaponry, we're going martial arts style with this one.
Ah.
We're talking nunchucks, glaives, stabs, pretty much anything from that kind of era. And that era, you use the lights behind it like a New Year's celebration.
Right.
Grab it and get ready to kick some butt.
Yeah. So it sounds like a is it kind of interactive as much as the other battle royale type games with your whoever you're in with and who you're up against?
Oh, trust me. Unlike other battle royale games, this one's a bit more intense. Sure, it starts off slow, but that slow period, yeah, it's like a bunch of kids at a candy store. It's not gonna last long.
You get the goods pretty quick.
Yeah, you gotta get the goods fast because you got about 5 to 10 minutes max before everybody and their mama is trying to jump you like a poor unlucky quarterback at the Super Bowl getting jumped out of defensive line.
Yeah.
Good night.
Well, that's a kind of it sounds like it's a little chaotic, but it sounds like if you can just get past those first couple of minutes, then you can develop a little bit of a strategy for the rest of the game.
Yeah, have your strategy set up before you get in. That's one thing I can tell you by doing that, and don't lose your head. If you lose your head, you're gonna get dead.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean that kind of That kind of happens everywhere too. If you go that way. So you mentioned some of the other games you like to do to go online streaming. Are you say you do a variety of games? What would be a different type of game? Maybe a more sedate game you might be streaming online.
Hmm. Breath of the Wild, Legend of Zelda.
Hmm. That's a that's
I mean,
that's that's a classic now.
well, class that and Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah.
It's not exactly combat heavy, but it's also you're chilling out, you're looking over the place, finding different artifacts to build up your arsenal. It's actually pretty fun.
Yeah, and it's got replayability too. You can go in,
Bingo.
yeah, you go in and finish it, and you say, well, maybe I'll try doing it this way, and it's not as linear as a lot of other games you could play online. That's for sure.
Hmm.
Well, that makes it a little bit easier to come back and get to. Of course, if you're talking the battle royal type games, none of those are linear. You can jump into those anytime. Have you got some people you like to go in with, some trusted cohorts?
Sadly, no. It's rare to actually get a good crew together because most of my friends and we do play. We have some fun, good times, but they also have their own thing to do, and I can't rely on to come out when I sound the call.
Yeah. Is it tough to get um, a good group together that you can rely on uh, whenever you get on stream, or is it a possibility where you just have to be there at the right time to meet the right people?
Honestly, with either answer, you'd be correct.
Mm.
It's just about timing, and when that timing comes, see if you can try and form a connection. If you can, awesome. A crew that you know he's got your back is yours. If not, jump in knowing that hey, just put your skills to the test and believe in yourself. It's all
Yeah.
you can do.
Yeah, it does make it rough sometimes though, especially if you're trying to get something that has got a little momentum and you're kind of build a group together. I see a lot of folks trying to get collaborations that are at different times and the people they want to collaborate with, or it just doesn't work out. I mean, would you rather be on with somebody in a game?
Of course, the more the merrier.
Mm.
But luck just doesn't have it for me some more often than not.
Mm. Well, it's again time zones and the ability to play with and against people from around the world means that your potential crew members can come from any walk of life.
Be it from the land of the rising sun, be it from the windy city, be it from heck, if it was actually played down in Antarctica, down there too.
I wonder how the internet would go down there though.
Ice cold.
Yeah, I was talking with some folks from Australia, and they have trouble enough there. You go even further south. I don't know if the internet even exists down there very much. You have to bounce it off a few satellites before you can get it back up here. The uh, the ability to go on and really contact and talk and work with and play against people from everywhere in the planet, is that something that has really helped keep you in the VTuber game?
Honestly, not very much of a factor. I enjoyed that way before VTubing had just started barking up my tree.
Mm.
Because quite a few friends I actually met, and first year I actually started really playing with and having a grand old time, and ended up not too far across the pond over in the UK.
Mhm. Yeah, it's really amazing to me because being an old fellow like I am, I did radio back in the '80s. You would never be able to do this. You would never be able to talk with somebody across the planet without having it sound like you're talking into a tin can, and the cost to do that would be immense. Now you download a program and you can talk with anybody around the world.
It's amazing how much technology has come so far when you when you think down to the nitty gritty.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, as far as folks who are tuning in to watch and listen and interact with you, how has the audience been for you so far?
Honestly, pretty chill and all, good time to hang around with. You get the occasional pain in the butt, but then again, when it comes to VTubing or just streaming in general, there's always gonna be that one pain in the neck that doesn't know how to just play nice. But
I can tell
you,
you that it happens in talk show radio too. It always
ugh,
happened to me. There's always somebody that's gonna stir the pot the wrong way. But have you seen a lot of toxicity in your followers?
no, it happened. Over the years. This has popped up occasionally, but my mods and myself usually try to jump on it quick enough. Like, no, 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 no. It's like an infection when it comes to what was the name of that movie? World War Z. You can stop the infection fast enough, the person won't turn.
Right,
In this case, you start the one trying to cause it fast enough, that won't cause that much more trouble.
right. And they'll draw more people with them, and the other people will get emboldened enough to jump in on it too, and try to make the whole thing about them. It's your channel, you got to guide it.
Precisely.
Well, it's you put the work into it. You've gotten up at all sorts of odd hours to talk with weird people who are trying to interview you, and and go online and get on the internet. You've got to take, even if you're doing this on a part time basis. Everything that's on that channel is pretty much representing you, and you've got to take a ownership of it.
In the words of, I believe, I can't remember the guy from Skyrim when you first get in there, but the way he said it kind of resonates here. You put time on your weapons. They'll serve you well when you need them.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely, and you better know how to use them too. Well, once you do get them, I know just getting started into this that if you don't know what you're doing, your experience and know how to use your equipment, your experience isn't going to be a good one to start with, unless you're doing a comedy stream, which is would be the only thing I would be doing to start with to begin with. The What types of games are you looking forward to in the future? Is there something coming up that you're really wanting to get into in the early part of the year?
Hmm, not really. I've got the main when I want to get my hands on for the longest time. Baldur's Gate 3, major D&D fan, and so the call winner of that one before it get ready to release. I'm like, screw it. Okay, come here, let's go. Come here. Check. Just
So,
cue the meme of that guy slamming his character on the table. Just boom. Come on, triple
so,
bam. Let's go. Let's go.
we can preview for Saber's followers that you will be doing this online.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to happen, folks. But uh, you did you do D&D outside of online types of activities?
Yepper.
Wow. I played a little back in the day when it was very basic, and now I don't think I'd recognize it if I walked in on somebody doing a DM session. Uh, we we just met on a Saturday morning and rolled dice. I don't know what everybody does now. it's a completely different setup, but that has certainly spawned a genre of games, and it really has lent itself to streaming. Once you get into the story and deeper into the game, the followers get into it as well and kind of follow you along.
Oh man, it's one heck of a rabbit hole. Let me tell you.
Mm. Yeah, it leads to other things. Of course, if there's a follow up, you have to get into that and that sort of thing. And really, it kind of we talk about creating content. It kind of creates its own content, doesn't it?
It's a gift that keeps on giving. If
Well,
not, make for a bunch of hilarious good times here and there with either quit success or someone matched off and to make like a Kitty Hawk attempt way back then.
is there anything that you tried online that kind of surprised you far as how well it worked online?
Horror games, mainly something like The Evil Within,
Hmm.
as recently Lethal Company.
Well, yeah, yeah. That is a wild experience I've watched online. So many people. Do you prefer having? And, you said the more the merrier, but if I've seen people with too many people in Lethal Company, and it just degrades into a yell fest. How many people do you like to have in your company?
When it comes to a squadron, three is the magic number, bare minimum.
Mm.
as for how big you wanted to get, hmm, like you said so yourself, too big, it turns into an absolute chaotic hot mess.
Yeah.
I'd say at the max, mm, if everybody knows each other, 15. If not, 10.
15 sounds like a lot. And it definitely sounds like a lot if everybody's screaming and dying and running away from the same thing, or getting attacked by those bee-like things or something along those lines. But it is fun to watch either way, and the chaos certainly draws itself to getting a lot of people watching, and that is kind of what the whole point is, to get the people watching, isn't it?
Yeah, especially if you end up in a room full of turrets when you first walk into the door. Oh man, you only have enough time to say it in words like, "So this is how I die." Oh, wait, take that back. Yep, that's me. I wonder how I ended up in this situation.
Here's how I got here. Really though, that's how that game will run. If you can walk right into death immediately and have no chance, or it just sets up perfectly for you and you're able to get through. The randomness plays into the chaos, and really the folks who created that game really hit gold, I think, especially for folks who want to stream it. It really has been gold for them.
Yeah, they made like a well-trained sniper. Boom, headshot.
Yeah, absolutely. And you got to know that there's going to be a lot of people trying to copy that format here and in the next several decades, trying to get something like that going. But that original, I think, is going to stand up for a long time. They'll probably add modifications. I'm sure there is already modifications, and people will continue to play it because it's very easy to get people involved. Do you ever go on with random people, or is it everybody that you know when you go onto that game?
When it comes to survival games, if I had to, I would, but and especially with the company, your best bet to make sure you don't end up dead in the door in less than 5 seconds. Roll with the crew that you know. Mm-hmm. Everybody knows what they have to do. Everybody knows the assignment, and it rolls off the tongue pretty quick. You run a bunch of randoms. You have 1 or 2 scenarios playing out. A perfect setup. Everybody suddenly just pops into place, lock and step. It's rare to happen, but it happens, and it's a good time. Or, and the more common of the two, you got about a good 10 seconds before you start hearing everybody scream bloody murder as a spider comes. Hey, buddy, how you doing? Wait, what? Oh no!
Yeah, unfortunately, that would have been me. Just immediately die and then watch everybody else play. That doesn't sound like a lot of fun for somebody else. And really, the whole point of a game like that, in my imagination, is to get everybody involved, and it's you say it's a horror game. It's kind of a horror party game.
Especially if you're unlucky enough to think that teleport's a good idea. Trust me, anybody watching this, unless you have to, don't. You are playing a very dangerous game of Russian roulette, messing with that teleporter.
Yeah, I've seen that go pretty badly for folks.
Like instant.
Yeah. But folks think they're getting a shortcut. Well, it could be a shortcut, but not where you want to go. It'll take you out in a hurry. Sabre, it's been a very quick 20 minutes. I really appreciate you coming on. For folks who want to watch your content, for folks who want to maybe contact you or talk to you online, how can they do that?
Well, as Brady stated, hit a little while back. I'm on Twitch. Just look at Whirlwind Sabre, keep an eye out for a silver dragon. Don't trust me, I'm not that hard to find. Same can say for Twitter as well. If you want to try to get a hold of me that way, or get a hold of me via Discord, trust me, I make myself easy to find. If you need someone to talk to or someone to hang with, I'm your guy.
Sabre, appreciate it. Thanks for coming on the show, and we'll talk to you again maybe soon, okay?
Can do. Looking forward to it.
Thank you for listening to Eric Loy Interviews. Join us again next time when we talk to another member of the always interesting VTuber community.